YouTube? Chris here from PNW Brews. Finally, here with another brew day video. Oh wow, the last day I brewed was January 30th, so almost 2 months ago to the day. Wow, that has been a long time, and I am pretty much out of homebrew. So, desperate times, desperate measures, time to get brewing. So today's one I've kind of wanted to do for a while. I got it from Brewing TV's YouTube channel, Mike Dawson over there. So yeah, it's kind of like a old, really old, into the 1800s stout porter recipe from Guinness. So this is kind of a little recipe they made up out of whatever context they found on the internet. It's a pretty simple one. The grain bill here is 9 pounds Maris Otter, 1 pound of amber malt. Apparently brown malt is the new amber malt, I guess, because my homebrew store did not have amber malt, so it's brown. Then 10 ounces of black malt. As far as the hops, we're going 2 ounces of the whole leaf Goldings at 60, and these are 5.9% alpha. And then, actually my first Y-Yeast smack pack here, we're going with the Y-Yeast 1084, which is the, Irish ale yeast. So we got this thing smacked and shaken up, so it should be doing its thing in here. So by the time we're ready to pitch, should be ready. So yeah, man, hope I even remember how to do this. It's been so long. I'll probably keep it a pretty simple video. I know my other ones are fairly long and go pretty in depth on just kind of the whole process and stuff. So this one should be a pretty simple brew day. No decoctions, nothing crazy. So yeah, I guess the next step, you'll see me heating up the old strike water here. Looks like we want to mash in at around 155. It's gonna go for like a fuller body beer here, so I need to get strike water up to 168. So that'll be the next time you see me. All right, let's do this, guys. Have the strike water is at temp. We are about a degree high, but that's all right. We're at 170. We're supposed to be at 168 point something or other. 3.3 gallons. This is a little hot. Okay, we are in. And as I was pouring it, I realized I forgot to check the ball valve on the bottom, but we're close. I got my 5.2 pH stabilizer already measured out, 1 tablespoon. So in we go with that. Let me get my mash paddle here, and we are going to add in these grains. Alright, once again, the one-man show here. One day I'll get my fiance to help me with this. One of these days. Nice slow addition, keeping it stirred. Oops. Don't want it to clump up here. Yeah, it smells pretty good. Smells pretty good. Get it all in there. Screw it. Just dump it in. Alright. Oh yeah. It does smell good. Alright, we are mashed in at 156. A little, like 1 degree higher than I wanted, but it'll just be a little fuller bodied, which I don't mind. I just started the timer here on Beersmith. We're going to let this sit for 47 minutes, and then we're going to mash out. So I'll check back in with you then. All right. Our 47-minute mash is done. I have our 1.5 gallons of mash out water ready. It's up to 200 degrees. We're going to add it into here, which should bring the temp up to about 168. Let it sit there for a couple minutes. and then we will mash out. So I'm gonna add this back in. Here. Don't burn myself. Just gonna go a little bit at a time here and stir it in. It smells super, super good. That's what I love about these dark beers, man. The malts and, oh man, it's great. It's really nice. Curious to see what our temp is at in here. I'm going to bring it up to 168. Yeah, 160, so probably go ahead and add the rest of this in here carefully. There we are. Stir it in. Alright, I won't bore you with this part. Check back in at runoff. Alright, here we go with the first of the Vorloffs. I was going to say, please do not get stuck. Alright, looking nice and dark. So I'll probably take 3 or 4 pitchers of this, and then we will start running off into the boil kettle. Sure you've all seen this before. You can see all the chunks coming out in here right now. So we'll run this through a couple times, get it running nice and clear. I'll probably check back in with you when we're draining into the boil kettle. Alright, so I ran about four pitchers through or so, and it's coming out super clear after about the second one. Super dark looking right now. But yeah, so getting ready to drain off from the boil kettle and then start sparging. We have the first runnings here is in the boil kettle. I have my sparge water heated up to 170, just like the recipe calls for. Gonna be batch sparging, so I got the mash on the ground, ball valve closed. We're gonna add in, I think this was like 3 gallons, 3.5 gallons. The sparge was way easier than the wheat beers. The wheat beers are a pain in the, you know what, just get stuck all the time. So here we go. Yeah. So I'll mix this back in, let it sit. Then I'll probably have to boil off again, and then we will be back draining and then getting it all up to a boil here. So hopefully our gravity comes out about where we want it. So yeah, cruising right along. Easy brew day so far. So it is actually starting to get warm, and now my apartment's getting hot. So I should have brewed when it was cooler outside, but no, picked the first hot day of the year to be in here sweating away. I can't complain though, brewing beer, so I guess it's not the worst thing I could be doing. Alright, check back in here shortly. Okay, Final runnings are draining off into the boil kettle right now. Everything went smooth. So I'll give you a little peek here. That's what we're looking like. So second runnings were a little bit lighter as expected. So we're already at about 4 gallons. I think we're shooting for 6.5. So I'll probably take a final or pre-boil gravity read. Hopefully we're within target and we'll get to boiling. Alright, we are at a boil. Just waiting for the hot break here, see if it's going to form up. Looks like it's doing okay though. So I'm going to add in the 2 ounces of Kent Goldings and let it boil for an hour. So yep, everything's going smooth. Looking good. Okay, hops are in. We're boiling and the 60-minute timer is counting down. And here it sits in its final glory. Sorry I missed, didn't get a chance to film those last few steps, but I ended up chilling it down to like 69, 70 degrees, pitched the yeast, and here it is. So this is actually 2 days after pitching. As you can see, it's bubbling away like crazy. It only took like 10 hours or something and this thing was already bubbling, so it's definitely rocking. So I think I'm gonna let it sit in here for probably 10 to 12 days and then transfer to secondary. Let it sit in there maybe for a week or so, then cold crash and keg it. So overall this is a super easy brew day. It was 3 grains, 1 mash temp. There's no decoctions, nothing. Just 1 hop addition and chill and pitch the yeast. So very easy, but I think it's going to produce a really good beer. So pretty excited to see how this one turns out. Yeah, next video will probably be tasting on this one for probably at least be a month or so down the road. Which is going to be a long wait. I'm sitting here just listening to this thing bubble. So, alright guys, well, I hope you enjoyed. I'll put a link down in the description for the Brewing TV video, where I kind of got the recipe from, so you can kind of check out more of the origins on that. But yeah. Alright, well, it was fun brewing. Glad to be back in the game, and hope you enjoyed. Cheers.